All right, all right. Hey, hey, hey. Hello, hello. Happy Thursday, you guys. Good afternoon, good afternoon. Oh, this Tuesday? Yeah, Tuesday. I'm always getting Tuesday and Thursday all confused. Good afternoon, everybody out there. Elaine Proby here, CEO, PROBY'S Tax and Accountant. And today, guys, we got a lovely topic for you. I am so excited about this because it means more monies for an industry that has really suffered a lot. Most people have, but an industry who have really suffered a lot throughout this pandemic. Hey, Kaya Matthews, thanks for jumping on. Hey, Lena, thank you. Loves and blessings to you too. So, you guys, if you know anybody that's in the food business, it's time for you to share this video and get them on board here because we're going to talk about the Restaurant Revitalization Fund. And this is money for the food business. Anyone that's in the food business, not just the restaurant, we'll talk about that. Okay, so we'll talk about what the Restaurant Revitalization Fund is about. We'll talk about who qualifies. We're going to talk about how to apply for it and when to apply for it. So if you know anyone in the food business, guys, this is time to get them on board, give them a call, tell them to jump on here real quick. This money just went live yesterday. So I want to make sure that, we don't miss out on this one. This is very, very good. So hi, Miss Larna. Thanks for jumping on. Let everybody know that if they're in the food business, they need to be watching this video right now. Okay. Lots of money out there for the food business. Hi, Thomas Zero. Hello, hello. All right. So we're going to talk about 4 things that you need to know about the Restaurant Revitalization Fund. And yeah, it is Tuesday. She said it's Tuesday. Yes, it's Tuesday. Thank you, Lorna. It's Tuesday. All right. So the Restaurant Revitalization Fund, guys, it says restaurant, but it has to do with the food business. I'll let you guys know who qualifies for that right now. And it is the money that was set aside for part of the American Rescue Plan. And it is set aside to provide restaurant and other food business, monies for revenue that they lost throughout the pandemic. And so what they did was they got all this money that they set aside, and they want to make sure that if you have lost any money throughout the pandemic and you're in the food business, they've got this funds just for you. So get it, hit like and share on this video, guys. Anyone that you know that's in the food business. All right. So they have you can get up to $5 million per physical location and up to $10 million per business. And we're going to talk about how you can get that, what you need to do to apply for it, when to apply for it, and how quickly you need to, and what you're going to need for you to be able to get this money. All right. So the first point today is what it is. Of course, it is the Restaurant Relief Fund, and it is monies that is set aside by the American Rescue Plan to assist the restaurant and anyone in the food business that have lost revenue throughout the pandemic. And so there's funds here for you to get you back on your feet, to get you afloat. Put the business back on track, and to keep your doors open. All right. So it has to be pandemic revenue related losses, though, guys. Has to be related. You have lost business because of the pandemic, and that's what the funds are for, right? So the second point today, guys, it is very important. Who qualifies? Okay, this is my favorite part about this. Who qualifies for this money? Now, it says restaurant rescue or restaurant relief, but you don't necessarily have to own a restaurant. And this is what I like about this part, right? So if you are in the food business, if you have a food stand, guys, they're giving you money. If you had a food stand, if you have a food cart, right? If you're into catering, a food truck, any things like that. If you're into catering, you can get this money. People that have bars and salons and different places that were selling food, you're eligible to apply for these funds. Right? If you have any type of small market that was supplying food, you are eligible to apply for these funds, right? If you have a bakery, okay, bakeries are not really considered, it's a restaurant, but if you have a bakery, you are eligible to apply for these funds. What I like about this, again, guys, you don't have to have just a physical location as a restaurant. Let all your friends know, everybody know about this, if you're in the food business. If you were just, like I said, if you were just cooking, selling food, you have a food business, catering, if you had a food cart, a food truck, a food stand, you was cooking, you're going out, you have a food stand, all this stuff. If you are into any part of this, you are eligible to apply for these funds. Okay, so let all your friends know, anyone that's in the food business, guys, this is super important, and it's a very good funding program that they have right now. And we want to make sure everybody gets gets on board with this so that they can get some money to stay afloat, right? So that's who qualifies. All right, so we're talking today, guys, about the Restaurant Revitalization Fund. This is money in the rescue plan that's going to keep, if you're in the food business, keep your doors open. All right, so let's go to my point number 3, and this is where we talk about how you can apply for these funds. So what happens is that the monies became available yesterday. They started the fund. They opened the doors yesterday. The SBA has a secure portal that you can go online and apply, right? Now, if you have any one of those point of sale system, guys, if you use anything like Square or Clover, Toast, any point of sale system, you can go through your point of sale system and apply for these funds as well. Okay, so if you have a point of sale system that you've been using, there's certain ones like Oracle, there's Square, there's Toast. They are also a part of the SBA approved point of sale participants that will allow you to apply for these monies right through their system. Okay, so they're trying to make it very, very easy. And then, of course, if not, you can go straight to the SBA website and you can apply for the funds as well, right? So let me just go over that real quick. You can apply for the funding through your point of sale system, guys. If you have a Square, if you have Clover, any point of sale system that you use, they can do your application for you, or you can go directly to the SBA website and apply on the SBA website. Okay, so I just want to make sure how you guys know how to apply for this stuff. And then let me tell you a few of the documents that you're going to need. So have your stuff handy. One thing about applying for funding, you want to make sure that you got everything ready to go so that when you get there and you get into the application, you can upload all of your documents. So I'm going to give you a few documents that you're going to need to have, things to know about it. Okay. Hi, Tony. Thanks for jumping on here. Klaus for Pop. Thanks for jumping in. All right. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Hit like and share on this video. This is very important. Let's go and get this money, guys. Let's see. So what you need to apply, you need to have your gross receipts for 2020. The good news about those of you who have a point of sale system, all you got to do is get the reports from your point of sale system. You can get a Clover report, a Square report. You can get a report from there and use that as your gross revenue. What they want to know is that how much money you made in 2020. You're going to need your tax return for 2019 because the 2019 tax return will let them know how much money you made in 2019, guys. How much money you made in 2019. They will use your 2019 tax return for that. You have to provide a 2019 tax return. So they'll take the 2019 tax return, see how much money you made, and then they will take your 2020 gross receipts from either your point of sale system, or you can provide them with a profit and loss statement, an internally prepared statement. You can provide them with that information, and then they can see how much money you lost. If you make more money in 19 than you did in 20, let's say $100,000 less, then you're eligible for $100,000 in funding. So this is what's really sweet about this. All right, so that's what you're gonna need. Again, also you need bank statements. You're gonna need bank statements. They're gonna ask you to upload your 3 most recent bank statements. Reason being, they want to make sure that they're giving the money to a business that is still operating. You have to remember, they're trying to keep businesses afloat. So they want to make sure the business is still operating. So you're going to have to provide your 3 most recent bank statements so they know that you are still in business and you're still functioning and you still need some money so you can stay afloat. Okay. If you are not a corporation, you have a Schedule C business, guys, again, the sole proprietor business, all this stuff still applies to you. So I always try to point this out because I want people to know that it doesn't mean that you have to be a major corporation for any of this stuff. Okay, so they're trying to make sure that the small businesses, that are sole proprietors, that they take advantage of these funding as well. So you don't have to be incorporated. You just file a tax return. You have your Schedule C business. You have your business bank account. And if you can provide this information and show that you lost money during the pandemic, and granted, guys, all the food businesses was hit hard during the pandemic. You guys know that all the restaurants was closed. A lot of food places were closed. If you had a food cart and a food truck and any of this stuff, food stand, that stuff was closed for a while, open and then closed. So you definitely was hit hard during the pandemic. And I'm sure you lost a lot of revenue. And this is why this fund is available now. And again, if you have a storefront that you were selling, in type of food products, you are also eligible. This is what I like about this program, guys. There's a lot of room in it for you to be able to get some money, not just a restaurant with a physical location. So keep that in mind. All right. So that brings me to the fourth point, when to apply and why this is super important, guys, because listen to this. This is so great. This is so great. They have set it up, and I like this about all these funding programs because they're trying to make sure, there was this whole thing about when they first started funding, a lot of the big business and a lot of big restaurants got a lot of money. So what they're doing now, for the first 21 days, they are only going to process application for people who are in these groups, right? People who are in a minority group, 51% or so owned by a women-owned business, by a veteran, or if you're in any kind of socially or economically disadvantaged area. For the first 21 days, right? They have $5 billion set aside, guys, for those businesses. So they're making sure that you get some of this money. All you got to do is make sure that you apply. You got to do your part. So for the first 21 days, started yesterday, for the first 21 days, you can go ahead and get your application in on the SBA website. They have $5 billion set aside for you if you were, again, 51% women-owned, veteran-owned, in a socially or economically disadvantaged area. They are just processing those those applications for the first 21 days. So you have to get this money. They want to make sure you get this money. And then they have set aside another $5 billion for people who have made up to $500,000, which is really great. See, again, you don't have to have been making a lot of money. As a matter of fact, they even have another $5 billion set aside if your gross revenue is less than $50,000, guys. So if you had a food service business, a catering business, you made $20,000, right? You made $20,000, let's say in 2019, and you only made $5,000 in 2020 because of the pandemic. You are entitled to $15,000 of funding. Okay, so you see, they're making it so easy for you to be able to get funding, for you to be able to keep your business going, guys. They even have monies if you made less than $50,000, and they have monies if you made less than $500,000. They allocated these funds for these businesses, so you don't have a business that makes a lot of money take all the money. So this is excellent. I love the way they're structuring this now. It took a minute to really figure all this out, but it's all working out. Then after the first 21 days, guys, they're going to open up the doors from day 22 until all the funds are gone to everybody else, to every other business. So the guys who have made millions and millions of dollars, who may have lost some money, they will be eligible to come in and get the rest of the money. Okay, so I want to make sure that our small business get the first take on this, and that's why they're doing it this way. They're structuring it this way, guys. There's absolutely no reason to not be able to get in there and make sure that your application is on point and that you get some of this money. And it's not a lot to qualify. All it means is that you had made less money during the pandemic period, 2020, than you did before the pandemic in 2019. And that's all they want to see, and they will compensate you for the difference. This is perfect. Can't go wrong with this one, right? Hi, Lois. Thanks for jumping on. All right, guys. So again, today we are talking about, I'm going to recap what we discussed a minute ago. We're talking about the Restaurant Relief Fund. It's called a Restaurant Revitalization Fund. And for some people, they may think that you have to have a restaurant for this, but no, if you're in the food business, okay, you're eligible for it. And it's money set aside to be able to help you to get back in your feet. You have to pay eligible expenses. And the beauty of this whole thing is you don't have to pay any of it back. Okay, you don't have to pay any of this money back if you use it for eligible expenses. This is the fun part. You don't have to pay any of it back, and you use it to pay your employees, you use it to pay supplies, you use it to pay rent, insurance, things like that, which is what you need to do to operate on a daily basis anyway. As long as the funds are used for eligible expenses, you don't have to pay any of this money back. Okay, so the first point again is what these funds are. For the restaurants and for any food industry business that have lost money during the pandemic. Second point is who qualifies. Again, like I said, food truck, food catering, food cart, catering business. You have a physical location, a restaurant, a snack bar, a snack shop, a snack store, a brewery, a bakery, a pub, a winery. Any of these places qualify. Don't have to just be a restaurant in a physical location. That's the number 2 point. And number 3, how to apply. Apply on the SBA website. There's a portal on there. You can go on. It opened up yesterday, so you can go in there now and you can apply for it. Or if you have a point of sale system like Square, Clover, Toast, or in one of those point of sale systems, they can also do the application for you guys. And what you need: tax return, your gross sales for 2020. You can get it from your point of sale. You can just do a internal prepared financial statement just showing how much money you make. They will take that. And then you have to have bank statements that to show that you're still in business. Okay. And my point number 3 is when to apply. Apply right now. It's opened yesterday. Go on and do it, guys. If you're in any one of the 51% woman-owned, veteran-owned, socially or economically disadvantaged, they're leaving the first 21-day window open for you to come in and get that money. If you made less than $50,000, there's money set aside. If you made less than $500,000, there's money set aside. And of course, after 21 days, everybody will come and get the money if you don't get it. All right, so we have a question over here from LeBron Smith. If your business is now closed, can you still apply? Okay, so now, unfortunately, that's the problem. They are trying to keep the businesses that are open. They want to keep them open. And if your business is closed, a lot of stuff you're not eligible for because they figure the business is closed. They're not, you're technically have no use for the funds. So the business has to be open. And that's the reason why they're asking you for the current financial statement, just to make sure that you're still a business. So unfortunately, there should be some kind of program, I guess, that you can maybe revive your business if it has been closed due to the pandemic, and I'm sure that they're going to come up with something of that nature sooner or later, because there's a lot of businesses, especially in the food business, that has been closed due to the pandemic. And, again, you will think that because they have been completely closed, it's not fair not to be able to get any type of funding for that. I am sure that they're going to come up with something, LeBron Smith, to be able to help some of the businesses who was forced to be closed due to the pandemic. And now they're not able to get these funding because it's to keep the business open. All right. So that covers it for me, guys. When to apply. Did we talk about when to apply? Yes, we did talk about when to apply. Number 4 right now is when to apply. Things to know about the Restaurant Relief Fund. All right. So that's what we're talking about today. Guys, I want to thank you all for tuning in. This is seriously important information. Anybody in the food business, again, I want to make sure that you guys get in touch with them. Hit like and share on this video. And make sure that I see you guys have turned on your notifications, so you know when we're on here with a lot of important information. Make sure everyone gets it. And of course, we'll be back again every Tuesday and Thursday at 1 p.m. with some serious information. All right. So with that said, guys, I think that's it for today. Is that it, team? We got it all together. We want to make sure that, again, the wealth building. We want to make sure that you stay in business so you can get us out of COVID and you guys can build your business and make millions of dollars, which is exactly what you went in business for. So you can continue to have a cash flow and build wealth. All right. So this is why we're having these sessions. This is what we're having these sessions, guys. So again, I want to make sure that you guys jump on here, jump on board, jump in there and get your application in. I've got a lot of clients who have already applied for this stuff and they were ready and they were on point and they have put their application in. So it is real, it's open, and you guys can get it in. And so you don't want to be left behind on these funding. All right. So hi, Cliff. Thanks for jumping on here. With that said, guys, I think I'm up out of here now. I will see you back on Thursday. What are we talking about on Thursday? What are we talking about on Thursday? Anyway, you guys, I wanted to make sure that you guys understand that one of the points that we're trying to make here is for you to understand what's going on. There's a lot going on. There's a lot of stuff being written, but when you don't understand what it is, you cannot take advantage of it and you get left behind. Okay. So there's a lot of people who still not taking advantage of all this stuff. You can give us a call here at PROBY'S Tax and Accounting at 323-290-9034. If you have any question about this stuff, guys, give us a call at the office or you can visit our website at probystax.com. And we will make sure that, you guys are pointed in the right direction if there's something that we're not able to assist you with, but I'm sure we would help you with the answers for sure. All right. So come back here on Tuesdays. We want to talk about the benefit of filing an extension on your tax return because tax return deadline is coming up on March 17th. And we want to talk about the benefits of filing a tax return on Thursday afternoon at 1 p.m. Okay. So I will see you guys back here on Thursday. With that said, I want you guys to take care of each other and take care of yourself. I'll see you later. Bye bye.